Well, hey everyone, it's Jane at Velocity Vet 08, and I can't believe it's finally time to do the finished video on my Christmas house. I really can't believe it. I hope you guys love it. I also want to thank you for your patience with it because, as you know, I had to wait for an extra strand of lights that I decided that I felt it needed. And it took a little while longer than I expected for them to get here. So it's been a bit of waiting to do this, to do the official finished video. So I finally get to do it. And there's so much here to share with you. So I'm very excited. I know there's some of you who probably this might be the very first time that you've seen it, those that don't watch the process videos. So I'm just going to kind of start at the beginning. This is a house that I'm going to show you what they look like actually, that Saw sells. This is, I feel like I'm at the dry cleaners when I go through here to get my stuff. This is what it looks like essentially. You can see this, the finished one, and this is what you get. However, it's made out of MDF wood now. This is one of the older ones. And you basically get this kit. And here's the floor piece. And you get all the walls. And you get the fencing that you see. And you get some pieces of roofing to do your roof. And like I said, you get, you know, all the doors. And you even get a little light for out front. It's a great little kit, but I took these pieces of wood and I turned it into this. And I really had a lot of fun doing it. And many of the pieces that I used to create this came from Saw's store as well, so that I could make this happen. Get that put away back up there real quick. Let me move this back over here for you to see and make sure I have it in the light properly, or in the camera view. I'm just going to kind of start at the top and work my way down. It's because there's so much here. This is the biggest project I have ever done in my crafting career. It had 24 process videos, and that's a record for me. The roof, I put they're little shingles that are made out of the thinnest of balsa wood. They're meant for miniature houses, and I colored them in three different paint colors, so that I would have just a real random looking roof color. I didn't want it just a solid color. And then I put sparkle Mod Podge on them, and I adhered them, you know, they were all adhered to the house. Then I put the sparkle Mod Podge on, and then I also put a real thin layer of my fake snow that I used. And the way that I got it so thin on here was I sprayed Easy Tack on it and then put the fake snow on and then just rubbed it off, and what was left stayed on. I didn't want it to be on here real heavy because I wanted to put snow tack around the edges and just have it look like it kind of was melting down, you know, off of the roof. So that was how I did this. I also put, as you can see, some tinsel garland on each end, and it was something I had in my stash, so I'm not sure who makes, you know, where this came from. I'm not sure if it's a Tim Holtz product or not. And then, oh my gosh, I see a glue string. Got to get rid of that. Excuse me. And then this is right here, a little sleigh and reindeer, and those come from Saw's store. It comes as a little kit. You get the sleigh and the reindeer together, and if you feel that you need more reindeer, you can buy them separately as well. I was sufficient with the one reindeer and the sleigh because, you know, I mean, Santa's kind of on a budget, so he could haul it around with one deer. Just kidding. But anyway, it just fit properly on the roof, so it worked out good. And you can see the shingles and how I did those here close up. And I did the reindeer. I mean, these are all MDF wood, and you can do anything to them for the most part, and they hold up just fine. I used flocking on it, some brown flocking, And I had some red velvet ribbon and made a little harness for him, and a little collar, and put some bells on it, and then some gold roping to the sleigh. And the sleigh, I used silver texture paste from Viva Decor on the runners. And then I painted the sleigh red, and then I used some sparkle medium from my Imagination Crafts, and I used berries and made it, just kind of gave it a little sparkle. And then I just put a little felt snowflake and a little flower in the middle there, just to kind of hide the, just to trim out the gold roping. I didn't want it just to end there. So I really love the way that turned out. So that's on the one side. Now on this side of the roof, I just left, I didn't do a whole lot. These are snowflakes from Saw's store. She sells a whole little kit of snowflakes that you can buy. And so I just glittered up a couple of them and put them over here, just, to make it look kind of cute. And it opens up right here to see everything inside. And we will go inside in a little bit after we have looked at everything around on the outside. I used buffalo snow for my fake snow, for those of you who are curious what I used. On the house itself, I used a stone that's meant for miniature dollhouses, and also mortar, and did that basically a foundation all the way around the house. And I did that before I put it together. It worked out really good. And then I used stucco. Like this is stucco paint from Martha Stewart, and did all the sides with that. I really, really like the way it turned out. I painted it light mocha was the color that I used on the house, and then I used a just to kind of tie it together here, I used some of the stucco paint just to kind of fill in the whole foundation so it would go all the way around, and I just painted that slate gray, and then just put some of the fake snow along here and here, because that's where it kind of would have landed had it been snowing. And so that was how I got basically the outside of the house done. You see this lace trim around here because it's sitting on battery packs. There are lights on it, and there has to be batteries, and you have to be able to hide them somewhere, and it's not easy to figure out what to do with them. I mean, you can make boxes on the back to hide them, things like that. But I wanted to have my house look as much like it was like a house without battery packs on it as I could. So my resort to this was to put this lace, and I tried to find something that looked as close to a lattice type of weave in the lace as I could. So it just looked like kind of like lattice all the way around. So that was my goal. It's not an easy one to solve, but that was how I did it. And, you may do it different if you were making your house, and, that's what's fun about this. It's very personal, very individual, and what's super, super cool about this, let me tell you what. You know how, you see these really cool miniature doll houses and all the fun things you can buy and all the fun things you can do, but they're expensive. You go to buy a miniature dollhouse and it's hundreds of dollars. And then you go to buy the stuff to put inside, and next thing you know, you have thousands of dollars because you've got electric running through your house, and you've got all these things going on. And they're beautiful. I actually built one years and years ago, and they are absolutely beautiful and amazing. It was super cool. But for those of you who just want to have a little fun and make a little house, and this is awesome because you get to do all the fun little things in a small scale, and it doesn't take forever to do, even though this one kind of seemed like it was taking forever. But you can decorate it, and you can do all these fun things without the commitment of one of those huge houses. So this is just so much fun in that respect, because that's just how I felt like a little kid getting to decorate and play with my own dollhouse just the way I wanted it. And I really had a blast doing it. It was just great. On the front of my house, I actually I put a little wreath up there in the top. There's plenty of room up there you could have Merry Christmas up there, all kinds of stuff. So there's plenty of room. And then as you can see, I used the little light, and I painted it black, and I frosted it over with my fake snow. And then I didn't use the door. Now it does come with the door. I chose not to use it just because I felt like you could get a better view of what's inside without the door. And then I did use shutters. See the little green shutters on it? Those are from SaCrafters as well, and those come in a package of 4. And just so you know, and it didn't really work out good to use them on the side because of the way I had done the stone, but they fit perfectly. On this window size, these shutters are an exact fit. So if you're somebody who would like to use shutters, that you know, they are, like I said, they're an exact fit to the windows. So kind of fun to use. So I put those there. There's snow up here on the window. And then there's also a snow shovel. See the snow shovel? Right there up against the window. So for shoveling the snow around. And then of course Santa is here with his list, checking and to see if what he needs to put inside the house. And then there's a little dog. You can see my little dog out here out front in the snow. I just glued these down with E6000 just to make sure that, you know, they would stay and be real solid. The fencing I painted the same color, the light mocha. And then I used like a silver garland and then a strand of fake lights. Those lights don't light up. And then I put a little topiary type tree here that I had gotten at the dollar store. I just kind of put it here with a little snow on it. I put some candy canes along the edge. I thought they just made it look really cute. And those are also from SaCrafters. And they come in a package of 8, I'm sorry. And you get 4 like this that have holes in the center. And then you get 4 that are solid like this. And I used a couple of these, or one of these solid ones on my Christmas ornament album that I just did. And so, you know, I have a lot of fun. You can just kind of emboss them. And then these, I just stuck white paint inside the holes and then painted it red. And I really liked the way that turned out as well. So I liked both styles. They were both pretty cool. And then this big light right here, this is her lamp post that she makes. And she makes big ones and little ones. This is her big lamp post. And I just loved it. I thought it was just perfect at the house. And I see the oval part right here where the moose head is. That's an image that I printed off online. And then on the other side is a Santa image. So that was what I did with those. And then I wrapped this after I put lots of snow and garland on it. And I put glue along the way, and so there'd be snow and the garland on down the whole post. And then I wrapped it in lights, and it's actually lit up right now. When I turn off the lights, you'll be able to see it. Let me get a drink real quick. So yeah, so it's really kind of cute. I just love, like I said, how this all turned out. And this is E6000 on as well. And then the cord for this just runs underneath the front porch, and that's where the battery pack is underneath. And they're just sitting on their batteries, the house is, and it's fine. Inside, I'm going to kind of show you in here, and hopefully you can see inside well. I put little curtains in each window, so see, you can see the curtains. And those were made out of some lace that was gifted to me by Bridget, who's Bees Altered Designs, which was really sweet of her to do. I put hinges up here, and I put the tiniest hinges I could find that would actually fit. And they were from Hobby Lobby, just some gold hinges. And you can't see them real well because of the snow, so that works out pretty good. And then this just lifts up. I did fill the holes here. There's like little tabs here normally that make it so that your roof stays on. Now let me tell you something. I went crazy with it, and I filled them all on both of them right off the bat, and forgot that I needed to actually snap it on the other side. So I cut the tabs off of both sides, and I E6000 the roof on this side. But if you do this, remember to keep the tabs on one side. At least. So, you know, depending on how you do it. Let me show you a little bit. Let me see if I can make my camera go up higher. And then down. Sorry that it's jiggling around. I want to aim it down inside there so you can see. Hopefully by holding it, I don't know if I can get it. I don't think I can get it to aim down there any other way. And I might be able to zoom it in. Let's see. It's a little amateur work here. Okay, yeah, now you can see in there pretty well. You can see I did hardwood floors in there, and I did that with a wood burning tool. And I really, really like the way that that turned out. And then I went over it with a couple of stains, and then I varnished it. As you can see, there's wallpaper in there, and that is actually paper from the 12 Days of Christmas Graphic 45 collection. And then I used coffee stirs and made chair rail. And I actually mixed a custom green paint color to do the bottom of the walls, and the edging like that, it goes all the way around the house inside with the wallpaper and the chair rail and the paint. And then you can see the curtains, and the windows are all done. They're all boxed in with, they're all boxed in with popsicle sticks. So I really like the way that they looked. They looked really trimmed out, very nice. And then where you see the blue box, which is right over here, that's my mantle, and it's actually lit up right now as well, and it has Christmas stockings hanging from the mantle, and I used flocking on those as well. And when we get done, I'll show you what they look like. They're from Saw Store as well, and they are just darling, absolutely darling. Laying on the floor is just some random wrapping paper and some miniature little gift tags to put on, presents, like as if somebody were busy wrapping presents in the house. And then the little tree is right over here, and it's a Tim Holtz tree, and it's wrapped with some little beads and pearl beads and some garland, and it has some little tiny candy canes on it. And then also on the table there are some miniature cookies, some chocolate chip cookies for Santa, and then also a poinsettia that's just beautiful. And that's actually sitting on a really pretty piece of furniture that I got at miniatures.com. It's actually a marble top. It's real marble, and it's very inexpensive. It was like $8. It wasn't bad at all. And on top of the mantle, the blue box is actually like a little box of ornaments for your Christmas tree, as if, to be decorating the tree. And then there's a little book there that is titled Rudolph. It's just really, really cute. So just a little bit about what's inside. There's also, and I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to try to kind of bring it up a little bit this way, like that. See the presents on the floor? And there's also a little Christmas mat on the floor, and then there's some other presents just to the side of that as well, and more wrapping paper that's just sitting on the edge of the table right there, as if, like I said, somebody was busy wrapping presents and getting everything all organized. So sorry it's a little shaky kind of showing you how it is inside, but it's not an easy angle to catch on camera, and I wanted to show you as much as I could inside. So that's what it looks like in there. I'm going to set that back down. I used walnut stain all around the edges to kind of darken it up, and trying to see if there's anything else I missed in there. There's garland and everything in front of the mantle, and there's also, and I don't know if I can bring it up to the camera at all. Yeah, that actually is a pretty good view. See the logs? There's logs, there at the fireplace, and there's more of the presents. There's more presents back there. You can kind of see those laying on the mat. So yeah, that's probably a better view. And like I said, you can see that's literally just the MDF wood and a wood burning tool that I just cut the grooves of the hardwood floor in. So, and then the lights are on. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights here in my craft room, so you can see what it looks like lit up. So here's my mantle. You can see the lugs and everything. So my mantle's all lit up inside, and I just think that looks so pretty. And then out here, I'm going to shut this now. And you can see in the window, in the front door, you can see inside there that it's lit up. And then there's my outside light, my light post. So it's all lit up, and I love the way it looks. I'm really super, super pleased with this. Really fun house to do. And so many of these pieces came from Saw's store, and they're really what made this project what it is. I mean, I'm gonna zoom it back out. So yeah, I mean it just really is, between the sleigh and the cute reindeer and the light post and the candy canes and the stockings, all those things, snowflakes, all those things came from her store, not to mention the house itself. And quite honestly, not a lot of money. You know, if you think about the fact that it would cost you a few $100s to buy a house or more, and you can do something fun like this on a small scale. I mean, this house is like, I want to say it's like $9.99 or something. And, you know, by the time you bought the accessories that I have on here, the extra, even if you bought shutters, you bought the lamps, you bought candy canes, stockings, you bought all those pieces. I mean, I bet you wouldn't even have $25 in it. And, and then you can go to work and just start having a blast. So take a look out there and see, because I'm telling you, this was loads of fun, even though it took a long time. Part of what took a long time was the mail. You know, I was waiting for that extra set of lights. But I don't know if you can kind of see in the window here. Isn't that cute? All the little things inside there, and the logs to the fireplace. And I'm really, really happy with it. Really happy with it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll go out and check out our store and, you know, take a look and see what's out there. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.